Hey Taurus, this is a reading for Taurus. For anyone who has strong Taurus placements in their birth chart, it's worth looking at your moon sign, rising sign, Venus sign, North Node, Tower, Ten of Pentacles, Lovers. It's going to come out. Yeah, Three of Pentacles, Moon. You might be going through something, Taurus. Some difficulties, some things that are falling away from your life. It might feel a little bit destabilizing, but you have the Ten of Pentacles crossing there, so it could be a case of things are falling away so that you can have, you know, a better home life. Nine of Cups. It's not a reversal. Swords came out. Yeah, because you're looking for more. You're hoping for more. There's been some things you don't understand by the look of it, but you've been focusing on your career. Now could be career change here. Three of Pentacles, Tower, Ten of Pentacles. This could be a love situation where you experienced a lot of disruption, and now you're heading for something better. Maybe you can't see that yet because you have the Moon card here, and you might have been in some confusion as to what's ahead of you. You're okay in your own life, in your own world. You have this. You have your own fulfillment in your own immediate world, and you could be. Oh, here we go. Fire energy. 7 of Wands. So you could be as well feeling as if it could be this is within your environment, that there could be people in your environment who are being a lot more protective of themselves. A lot more guarded of, about the things they're doing, maybe not discussing things with you, or you might not be, you might keeping your sort of things quiet. You have the Moon card, which also represents secrets, so you could be being more quiet, being more secretive about the things you're doing, not really expressing how you really feel. Two of Wands here, looking out to new horizons. Some big changes could have gone on in your life recently, Taurus, which has, put you in a place of questioning where you're going. Two of Wands, just, considering what's next. And what's next could just be you focusing on you, Seven of Pentacles here. What's next could be you putting the work in your home, your family, environment, your projects. You could have been in a place of indecision or having to see things from a different perspective as well. As long as you keep focused on the things you're doing, the outcome, you're going to be fine. Just keep the focus. Also tap into your creative energy. You might be needing to write some things down, put things down, so that you can see if you've been in a state of confusion here, if there's some things that have, been kind of, let's say, catastrophic. If you have been having to see things from another perspective, perhaps you haven't, perhaps in your immediate environment you have not considered other people's viewpoints and other people's standpoints, which is why you could be feeling or have felt quite recently a bit confused, because you perhaps didn't take the time out to see things from another perspective. which can cause confusion and chaos. The moon and the tower here, blurred, a bit clouded. I take this how it resonates as a general reading, so I wonder if you've needed to see things from other people's perspective, and also to partner with yourself again, re-partner with yourself. Perhaps balance out your masculine, feminine energies again. Perhaps you've been not fully understanding other people's situations. Yeah, and get outside more. So you have the summer card here, and you might need to get into fresh air, and especially to stay rooted and grounded, because it looks as if you're, the tower being central-ish, that's something, that causes imbalance. That can cause a sense of, ungroundedness within you. You need to connect back with the earth, and you probably need to connect more with other people at the moment. Trader, you've got trade energy, and learn from your spiritual experiences. I feel as if you have had to consider other people's perspectives and kind of get out of your own way as well. And you're receiving a lot of intuitive messages that you need to pay attention to. You have the moon twice, and you might have been going through some degree of confusion because you haven't been paying enough attention to your intuition, and maybe a bit too even focused on the material too, because you have a lot of pentacle cards here, and that could have been something that's been, your focus, when really you would be better off taking some time out, getting into nature, reconnecting with your intuition, not being concerned about outcomes. Yeah, continue focusing on you and what you're doing and what it is you're developing, creating. There's a warning here not to shut people out. You might be going through an awakening and you're beginning to see things differently. You've been asking for help, so be open to receiving guidance and assistance that you deserve. Take note of intuitive messages. Learn from spiritual experiences. Thank you. Yeah, and you might need to think about doing something differently, like a new course, taking up, expanding your skill set. Study education on something that will help your life's purpose, personal growth. You might be feeling guided to do some, further education, some other form of study. And you might not have had the time to consider doing this, or even the energy, and perhaps you weren't even sure how to go about this, but it seems that your intuition is telling you that you would do well to take up another form of study, something that really appeals to you and something that will help you with your life's purpose and personal growth. And intuitively, I expect, Taurus, you know what this is, but perhaps you haven't taken the steps to initiate it and do it. There'll be a resolution of difficulties, a weight will be lifted off a weight will be lifted off your shoulders. So you might have been struggling with addictions, you might have been struggling with some kind of codependency. You have the Star card, Aquarius energy. So, you know, have more hope and optimism. You know, have more faith in the universe. There will be some happy changes. So you have the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Cups out here. That will bring relief from anything that's been challenging to you recently. Perhaps you should go stargazing, go out into the night sky, under the night sky. Yeah, decision making. As I said, you might well have been thinking about going to take up a course of study, and you haven't yet set those wheels in motion. By making a decision, that will end any confusion that you might have, because you have the Moon card twice here. And you could have been overstanding, trying to understand too much, trying to overanalyze perhaps. Yeah, you might be connecting with someone and you're aware of a magnetic attraction, chemistry there, but you could be procrastinating on that as well. And you're being advised to express your love. Make a romantic gesture, however this resonates. Again, this could be linked with you analysing options that you might have. And you might have many options, and there might be confusion here because you have many options and you're not entirely sure which is going to be the better option. We'll go with your instinct, because you are the loving energy of the universe. You know how to go with your heart. Ruled by Venus, you know how to go with your heart and make decisions based on that. So any judgment, feelings, if you've been feeling judgmental or felt under judgment, in any kind of pain or fear, these are forms of separation. Any forms of separation usually calls for help. So analyse, by all means, look at your feelings. Try to understand them a bit more clearly. Understand that, feelings are temporary as well. They come and go. You can change, how you feel about yourself and about other people around you. And happiness is your birthright. So, Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, you're looking for happiness in your life. And this could be very linked to you starting some new venture or learning a new skill, doing something that, really resonates with your higher self. Lightning. Yeah, figure shit out on your own. So you could be wanting to work things out yourself without asking for too much input from others. You might be quite quiet at the moment, Taurus, trying to figure things out. Yeah, winning. You're feeling like you're winning because you've come out of a difficult place recently. And now you're feeling as if you're getting back on your feet. So, you've got a good thing going, don't ruin that shit. So whatever it is that you're working on doing, whatever situation you are in, don't see the positives. Don't dwell too much on the negatives. you know, don't allow yourself to overthink, especially, and you need a fucking hug, yeah. You need a big hug. Squeeze, I'm sending you more. Yeah, you've got a feeling, you feel that you want to do something, and it can be very much linked to starting something new. As I said, expanding your skill set, going back to college, relearning something, trying to, you know, taking a different route. You might be talking yourself out of doing some things because you're not entirely sure if it's the right thing for you. As I said, you could be faced with a few options. You can prioritise, write a list of all the things that you feel you want to do, and the one that you feel stands out. Or you can write these things on a piece of paper, fold them up, you know, put them in a container, and then pull out the option that pops up first and go through it that way. You know, you could have 3 or 4 or 5 options here. You could write them down, put them in a container, shake them up, and then pull them out one by one to find out which one is the most important to you. If you are in so much confusion that you can't decide, yeah, because you have no limitations. Might not always feel that way, but you know. And also perhaps if you are not wanting to discuss too much with anybody about your movements and what you're going to do, which is fine, at least appreciate other people's views. Now, you don't have to take them on board. Viewpoints are useful. Other people's viewpoints can be useful in helping you make decisions, but you need to understand when advice is useful or not. And you might be confused, Taurus, because of having other people's opinions, that you can lose your own, or you can be overwhelmed with, you know, other people's ideas. Remember, they're not you. Only you can make decisions for you at the end of the day, but don't be closed down to other people's opinions because they might see something that you don't, or have, you know, an encouraging word if you're about to, you know, consider doing something, going ahead with something, especially in the field of study, or, you know, expanding your skills or doing something differently. Yes, and also to remember to honour the cycles of your body, your energy levels and your emotions. So you might need to be more aware of that, more in tune with yourself. Yeah, there's a possibility that you haven't been getting enough rest, or the rest that you have been getting for sorts has been broken. You might have a gift working with children. If you have, that could be a nudge to say explore that. You could be good at teaching, helping, healing children. That could be a gift that you haven't explored, because we did have Angel Card Maya here about schooling, study and education. So, you know, consider that. Yeah. I feel, Taurus, as if there's been some confusion recently, and this could be connected to where you're going next. You need to ask for guidance, listen to guidance. You might need to ask other people to help you here. Not necessarily to take their opinions and viewpoints on board. There might be something that you're very confused about, so you need to get some help with that. Don't try to do everything yourself. You know, you can delegate out to other people. You can ask for help when you need it. But also be careful when you ask for help. Don't, you know, depend too much on, say, one or two, you know, particular. What I'm meaning to say is you might be used to getting advice from a particular, say, group of people, the same people that you're used to getting advice from. And it might be an idea to review the advice, but don't necessarily take it all on board. Now, there could also be some gossip here going on too that's caused a bit of a problem. You might have heard something that someone has said behind your back, or seen behaviour that is unsettling, you can't make head or tail of. But set those particular concerns aside, because worrying about it won't solve anything. You know, being in the Four of Swords, kind of worry and being overly concerned about things is not going to help you. You can get into nature, meditate, find solutions through meditation. You might be needing more rest. Of course, if you're tired, it makes, you know, for confusion too, because you're not able to function as well as you would be. Check your sleep patterns. Are you getting sufficient rest? Have you had time away? Do you have too much responsibility on your plate at the moment and you don't feel you can get away? Perhaps, you know, vacation doesn't mean you have to go away. You can take a small vacation just, you know, by taking a day off, an afternoon off. Just time out completely, you know, from your environment, from everything, from everyone, so that you can just be in nature, be with yourself, you know, understand that you are also entitled to have time out. You don't have to be on the grind all the time. You might have had a lot on, and a lot of changes too, which have caused you to feel a little bit under the weather or tired. Yeah, and this could be what you're doing to us. You could be looking at the long term and planning, trying to plan things for your future, long-term future, which could be literally change of direction or doing some other field, working in some other field of study or education or anything that's different to what you would normally be doing. And this could have been brought on by, you know, life circumstances or even illness, or you in the knowledge that you don't want to be doing perhaps the thing that you've been doing for the last maybe 10 years or more. So, you know, have a lot of patience, have more patience. You've probably been in a place where you've noticed some sense of self-satisfaction for what you have been doing and what you have been working on. You know, tasks you've been completing, things you've been involved in and, you know, diligently working on. So, yeah, it's like you're not there yet. It's like you're getting there. You're maybe achieving things, working more towards your goals. There's, you know, like a kind of change of plan. Maybe you have to, you know, diversify, do something, learn other skills, knowing that that's going to really contribute to the things you're doing at the moment. And you know, to have patience with yourself more than anything. You know, having patience with the process is also, you know, challenging, but to have patience with yourself is really the most important issue here, because if you can have patience with yourself and understand that you're, you know, on a journey, you will not feel you will not feel any senses of urgency. You will not feel confusion. You will feel more optimistic about everything, because you'll be understanding that, you know, you might have also been trying to cram too much in a week or a day or however, and feeling as if you're on a perpetual hamster wheel and you're not seeing the results yet. But the results will come. You have the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Cups. You know, the results will come if you keep focused. And having Three of Pentacles here, and also the Maya angel. So, you know, it is about you expanding your skill set. It is about you tapping into your creativity. It is about you knowing that you have the abilities to delegate, or the ability to, you know, understand that you can wake up every morning ready and excited for the new day. This might have been feeling difficult of late. You can also freely express who you are. You know, being in charge of your life. And perhaps there's been something unsettling, some changes and stuff you hadn't expected. So, you know, this could have really put you off your course. Speak and think gratitude. Be grateful for everything you have, because tomorrow it could be gone. And not just that, but you have gratitude for everything in your life. You know, you will attract more good things. You might not feel as if you're where you want to be. You could have had a setback, for example, that has been disruptive within your environment, within your home life. But, you know, consider that have gratitude for that too, because that could be something that was necessary for you in order for you to have a different perspective, look at things differently, start seeing things differently, realising perhaps you do need sort of to have some help with the things you're doing, and how to ask for that help as well. Yeah, because you're doing all right here with the Eight of Pentacles. You know, things are looking, what you've built for yourself already, you know, have gratitude for that too. Don't compare yourself to others. You know, you might feel you're more behind or something than other people, you know, within your contemporaries. And that is not something to be irritated at yourself. You know, you don't need to be irritated about that, because you're your process is unique to you. It might not, you know, you might feel that you should be further ahead already. This is why you need to have patience with yourself. This is why you need to keep grounded. You know, this is why you need to look to the future with hope and optimism. You have the star card up here, you know, which is about hope and optimism. You know, realising that where you are now isn't where you're going to be forever, because everything changes. And if you wake up every morning ready and excited for a new day, you know, you will find that day is much more enjoyable. So, yeah, okay, truth. You might be feeling that you need to speak your truth. You want to be able to do that, and you don't want to feel judged, because you know, also you might have been in a place where you felt, either you felt under attack, or you were feeling fearful or judged, or you have been in a mindset where you've been, you know, not particularly showing, you know, you're fearful and being judgmental towards others perhaps as well. You know, the devil, now this could be things that you want to change in your life or clean up in your life, things that, you know, don't serve your highest good, that have you know, been drawn to your attention recently. And this can be, you know, this can be codependencies, this can be negative self-talk, this can be a way of being that doesn't really suit you or serve you anymore. And you might be connecting with, you know, other people who want to help you, but maybe they're not showing you that, and so therefore you've got to be brave enough, you've got to be sort of honest with yourself enough, freely express who you are enough, you know, to be able to do that, and to be able to ask, and be able to, you know, delegate, and not be afraid of rejection as well, not be afraid of, you know, if someone can't do something for you, to not take that personally. Staying rooted and grounded, you know, these difficulties that you might have had, and if you have been, you know, experiencing Four of Swords energy where you haven't been able to sort of rest as well as you'd like to, there's been, you know, recurring thoughts running through your mind, not being able to fully switch off. You know, you are being advised, and this could be over the winter, over the, you know, coming up, because you have winter here. So over the next few months, you might find that these resolutions, difficulties will be resolved, weight will be lifted off your shoulder, you must connect more with others, be open about your feelings as well, too. Even if you know, I freely express who I am, I freely express myself. Don't be concerned about, you know, judgment. Just be honest. So yeah, the winter, I'm thinking October, November, December could be really significant months for you, Taurus. Where you might start to feel much more in a much more, let's say, more comforted. You might feel much more like this. So you might end up feeling a lot more at peace with yourself, you know, without worry, taking time out, taking rest, perhaps making your home environment a little bit more cozy too. Consider that, winter coming up also here, so do consider that, you know, your comfort, and, you know, and know that any difficulties will they'll be resolved, and look at anything you feel are, you know, not good habits you might have developed, and try and create some better habits out of the habits that maybe aren't that good. I'll ask for one more goddess guidance, and then I'm going to end your reading, Taurus. Oh, one more, and here it comes. Leap of faith, yeah. So, could be up to you, Taurus, now to take a risk, and do what's, you know, really, really true to you. Be more kind to you by honouring cycles of your body, energy, levels and emotions. Could be you just need a little bit of encouragement. Maybe you need to talk to a trusted friend so that you can hear some, you know, wise counsel. Yes. So you've got to also consider avoiding harsh things, because in the winter, or by the late autumn and the winter, you know, this is, you know, be able to kick back, be able to relax, be able to feel, you know, peace within. So yeah, avoid harsh things, anything harsh, anything that might feel overwhelming, unpleasant, that makes you want to kind of curl up and disappear. Avoid, because your sensitivity is probably heightening. So environment, situations, chemicals, you know, look at what you use within your home, cleaning products, all of those things, what you're using to clean your body, your hair, you know, to put on your skin. All of these things, you know, can affect you, you know, when you consider that we breathe in chemicals, we ingest it through our skin. So be really wary of what it is that you're using around your home, you know, in terms of detergents, in terms of, you know, products in the bathroom. Look at that, because that could make you feel under the weather as well. Get out into nature more, ground yourself more, more barefoot. Do something to get, you know, into a more positive mindset. Well, that's all I've got for you, Taurus. Take care. Sending you lots of love. Bye.